Everybody, welcome to the Tuesday Night Live. I'm just sitting here smoking on some Tango Mango. I hope you guys are all doing well out there. What are you guys smoking on out there? Hope you're doing well tonight, Curly, Cat Claus, Galaxy. Hope you guys had a good week so far. How's everybody doing? Hope you guys aren't too cold. It's pretty chilly up here right now. How's it going, Germinator? Hope you're doing well tonight. Anybody's welcome to come up and show what they got. I'll show some of my stuff here in a little bit. Nice. Yeah, I'm on the same boat. When I have a decent amount growing on all this. Like right now, I got Tango Mango for 3 more bins, and then I got the Turkey's Punch here, and then everything starts coming down in a few weeks here. Cheers, old school. Hope you're doing well tonight. Hey, Scump Ace. Or Scump 8. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I know. I'm doing well, Germinator. This thing's been busy. I've actually kind of fallen behind on my Discord. I got a lot of Discord things to catch up on. Hey, Moonwater. Hope you're doing well. Anybody got anything? Any big plans or any harvest coming up? For me, it's this weekend is kind of just watch over the garden, and then it's starting after that. It's Black Anisha Haze. Then it's the 4x8. Then it's gonna be meant to do Croco, but I'm gonna see how long that takes. That's filling in pretty good. Here, I'll throw up some pictures of what I got in the flower garden while we're waiting for people to join in. Here's the burn type. So she's definitely filling this tent a little better. It's nice having the different light in there. Definitely helps. Hey, Chronic Boom. Hope you're doing well, Corey. And we're starting to get the stacking all the way up the spiral, so that's kind of working out. I like it when this starts happening because this normally feels pretty nice, and it's going consistently throughout. So for the mutant genetic, it should do pretty well. Hey, certified old guy. You're on week 5 of flower, nice. Yeah, that would be, what am I on that one? That one is at day 35, so that would be end of week 5. Yeah, I hear ya. I just got over kind of, still have a little bit of cough. The Black Amnesia Haze is just taking over the 10. That one can come down soon. If you're in the audience there, short high rating. She's definitely was a tough one to kind of keep in that 10. But it's frosting out. Yeah, we're getting some frost. Not overly large because of the temperatures in the tent. That will keep your the size down. But we're getting some good overall quality on it. See how it works out. Oh, that's not good. When you're at that point. Yeah, I hope you feel better, man. It's all good, man. That's awesome. Day 51, you should be getting some good overall size on your plants at that stage. Do I have anything that's close to 51? I think that's where my that computer's slow. Yeah, my big tents are we're at 49 on the weekend. That's where I have the picture at. Oh, there we are. And we started the ice cream marker, which is ice cream cake and permanent marker. That's started now, but that's going to be a stage of harvest. Everything that's starting will start being that. Yo, what's going on, indoor, outdoor? Hope you're doing well. Kind of starting this live stream off solo for a bit until some people come online. Yeah, the Honey Kush is on day 49. Hey, what's up, Blazin'? So this is the Honey Kush that's in the 4x8. And that's on day 49. It's doing well, but again, even with all the stuff that I have going on in this tent to try to prevent it from being overly warm or overly cold, it's still cold. I need to get that extra circuit so I can put a heater in there for days like this. Tom Thumb, hope you're doing well. Big Turp, hope you're well tonight. Yeah, man, you got a good crowd of people in here. Hope you're doing well, Big Turp. Yo, what's up, Levels? Hope you're doing well tonight. Cheers, man. Whoa. Yeah, man.
What up?
Hey, how you doing? Those are getting bigger.
Yeah, These ones here, they seem to be done stretching, but these ones here, they're just still. I
Mhm.
don't know what happened to them, but they were just like a week behind. They just was like they were still stretching when they needed to, but it seems like now they really are. I guess I don't know, but yeah, no, they're doing good.
Did you ever figure out if those ones were a little bit colder by the door there, or?
Yeah, no, it definitely could be it. I'm not sure. I mean, they definitely get colder there because the intake's there, you know. But yeah, no, like you said, it's definitely getting colder here. So like my day temps or my, the night temps were pretty chilly today. So
And
I'm just gonna
yeah,
let them chill out. But yeah,
it's looking good in there though. Looking nice and bright colors. Looks great for that. Nice.
yeah, I'm not sure you can see it, but there's a bunch of frost on there coming in
Yeah, you can
on
see
the
it on
patios.
the lower, yeah, the leaves on the inside there. When it looks like a
Yeah,
hazy,
yeah.
when it looks like hazier around the buds, you can definitely tell.
Yeah, and this is day 22, so they're doing good. I've got a few that aren't doing it, and this one here's already got the already coming on the fan leaves here, but I only got one of them doing that, so that might be the keeper, But it's hard, Do you keep the pheno that's the more crystally, or the one that has the best effects, or do you keep them both? I don't know.
I would personally keep them on effects. Like the nice ones, pretty buds look nice when you have them, but you're all in all, you're looking for effect, right? Take pictures of the pretty ones,
Oh
but
yeah,
then
yeah. I'm just crossing my fingers that the crystally one has the best effects.
exactly,
But
that'd be a win-win situation. You got to aim for that.
and then these ones here are the Jack Tripper or the Jack Ripper pheno, and I was researching them, and they said that the Jack Ripper, they called it the best 8-week sativa or best 8-week haze. So that'll be pretty cool. Hopefully, I don't know,
That's a,
because they say it's the best 8-week haze, but then Irie says that this pheno takes 13 plus weeks. So it's like, how can it be 8 weeks, but then crossing the two? But I guess could. I'm not sure. But yeah, tall phenos. I hope, because if I had a whole room of these, it would just kind of fill this area in. I'm not sure how I'd do it. Maybe like 3, 6, 9, 12. Do 12 in 3 gallons with some the cocoa, kind of, I guess.
yeah.
I think if I did 12, I'd want to get a watering system. You know what I mean? Like some hoses and. Just to keep it in.
Yeah, once you get it automated, it is a lot nicer. Like it's a lot more relaxing and be able to just focus on the training of the plant. Is that what you went by getting hoses?
Yeah. Like I don't want. I'm not old, but I'm getting older, and I don't want to have to crawl under here and water. So I might as well start practicing.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's just one less thing to worry about. Yeah, you still got to get under there to train. So.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think I went the other day to train, and I did some defol, and it was just day 21, so I did like a leaf strip on
Yeah.
these ones, and then I didn't do it on the tall ones. And I did do quite a bit on top there. I left a whole bunch of bottom leaves and then just open it up so where they'd get lots of light penetration. And that was 3 days ago, and they're already filling back in.
Nice.
But it opened up. I mean, you can see the increase on bud size. Like this one over here, these buds were super tiny, and just the last 3 days, they've increased a bunch. Ooh, this one's got a stem rub of straight pine saw. Like
nice,
the cleaner. Like the cleaner, exactly.
Welcome, Tom. We'll get you up afterwards.
Oh, man.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the sister plants of those that I grew, kind of sister, you know, they're related, like cousins, I guess. But they were super glue and lemon drops. And then once the lemon drops got to be about 7 months old and aged, it went over to the super glue. And then the super glue went to like a perm. I don't know if you guys ever smelled someone do a perm. It's nasty, but it's just like that. And everybody hate it. Everybody likes it, but like to keep smoking it a lot, it's hard because it's super glue and perm. But that one's crossed with the potty mouth, so hopefully that'll put some nice taste in it. But anyways, that's all.
It's looking good, man. That's definitely exploded from last week.
Oh yeah, so I did put the heater on this side rather than that side because of the, like you said last week, maybe it is this, and it could be. I don't know. And then I'm trying to keep higher PPMs into, like I'm trying to keep my drainage to be like 1,000 PPMs versus, you know, I don't know. I'm new at this cocoa thing, so I'm just messing around. But I see better results with a higher PPM.
Yeah. What are you hitting it with?
What's that?
What is your PPM? What's your feed? Is it 1,000?
So my feed is about it's about 600. So I just kind of I've been feeding constantly every time about 600 to 650. And then when it gets to 1,000, then I'll do like, not quite a flush, but I'll do like a 300, 400 ppm. And then usually that'll kick it down to 700. And then I'll just do that for a week until it gets back to 1,000. But now I'm going to try to just keep it at the 1,000, I guess.
Because I normally feed mine.
See how she does it.
Like I'm feeding mine, because I've been doing cocoa for a while. And when I feed my cocoa, I'm doing it at, depending on what stage you're at, like I'll ramp it up a little bit, but it's going to be between 1,000 to 1,200 ppm in flour.
Yeah. I've been kind of just playing around with it right now. And
no, I hear you. You're definitely getting a feel for it. It's awesome to actually like try something out for new. I'm just getting you, giving you a range where I normally sit.
Yeah, but, definitely. I definitely good information. And then the other thing, so like in the morning, and then they'll be dark green by the fucking, not dark green, but that color green in the evenings. So maybe if I fed them more, they wouldn't be going through the color changes, I guess, as much.
Yeah, you may not be dipping down because you may be getting that color change because you're dipping down because it's moving the mobile. Because there's four out of the 6 macronutrients for your plant are mobile. The plant can actually move it around. The only ones that aren't is sulfur and calcium. So that's why I'm thinking that maybe if you up your ppm a little bit more, you may not, like you just said, you may not do that because I think fading out might be just going low and then getting it back because it does pick up the nutrients quickly. Feeding it hydroponically like that.
Yeah. See, I was kind of thinking, I like that what you were saying, but I was thinking it was just growing really fast because now that these are done stretching, they're staying green.
Oh, that's 100% is the reason. You are right, but because it's growing fast, it's pulling it down to a deficient level. Like if you had a little bit more food in there, it wouldn't go down to that deficient level by needing to grow that much.
Yeah. Within Let's see, because the lights, they've only been on for 50 minutes now. And we usually within 3 hours, everything will be nice and good. And then I'll wake up at like 4:30 before the lights come on and come check them out. And they'll just be nice, dark green. Like, it's crazy how much they change. But yeah, I'm trying not to burn the tips on the leaves and stuff too, you know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's easy to do.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
I just seen that I was everyone can see and hear you. This is like to me it's like being on the stage, and I get stage fright easy.
Your plants are looking good, Moonwater.
Yeah, no. I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, no, I'll hop off.
Yeah, look good.
Or I'll,
Looking good,
yeah,
Moon.
Yeah.
Cheers, brother.
Yeah, thanks, Levels.
Anytime, man. You're fucking killing it over there.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, guys.
It's a waiting game now.
Yeah.
I've just been feeding them straight water for the past week now, about every 2 days when they desire water. They're drinking pretty hard.
Those are looking good, man. What? Week 6? Week
Uh,
7?
Yeah, I believe I'm up 90. I'm at 90 days right now. Close to, right on top of 90 because I started about November the 13th, I want to say.
Oh, is this a photo period or autoflower?
Yeah, photo periods.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Looking good, man. What are we looking at here? What are you?
Oh, those are, they are from Green Wolf Genetics out of Michigan. Ice Pick, which is this right here. This is Ice Pick. I don't know if you can see that. Oh yeah, that's the Ice Pick, and this is Mitten Breath, something like they call it Mitten Breath.
Looking really good.
Sure, man. They're just now starting to fade too. I got some fading going on over here. This Ice Pick plant here, and that one in the back. I think it's starting to fade a little bit, but I'm seeing it here and there ever since I started them just on water.
Yeah, so you've been flowering them. You've been flowering for 90 days?
No. About 60 days.
Okay.
Somewhere in there, you know what I mean? I let them vegetative growth and get about a foot and a half, and then I topped them and I flipped them somewhere in there about a month and a half, I want to say.
Yeah. Yeah,
I didn't want them to get. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's looking really good, man. You got a lot of good buds in there.
Let me give y'all some. Thank you. Let me give you some close-ups. I don't know if y'all can see them very well. Here's the fade I was telling you about. See it on that one there?
Yeah.
It's got some fading going on there. See, I got yo-yos hanging everywhere. I got to get me a second. Hold on. I got to get me a second net.
Yeah. Yeah, the second nets are awesome because they help to support the buds and keep them up. But it's also you can use them to spread out your colas to bring the light down on the sides a little more, and you can get a little more light penetration down to your canopy. So that's why I always like doing the second one. I always scrog the first one. I never scrog the second one. It's done after the first net, of course. But the second net's for like spreading it out.
Right. I see what you're saying. Yeah, man. You see how I do it right here? I kind of leave me a space that way when I water them, it'll collect in the middle of the stalk right there, and it won't go pouring over the side of them pot. You know how they like to leak out the sides, and I figure too it helps them dry out a lot. You know, gives them a little bit of air. You know, to dry out properly. That way the whole bucket of dirt isn't dry. You know, it's just in the middle mostly. I imagine until it gets down there. I'm sure it soaks it in. Who knows?
Is this your first time growing this way, or have you done this in a cycle before?
Well, let's just say I'm old school, and I mean, back in '93, I used to go out. My friend showed me his patch, and it was way out there in the woods, and I couldn't. And Willie was at night one time. Actually, he wanted me to go out there with my friends of the family, you know, and went out there, and he had monkey tails. They were already flowered. They had monkey tails hanging. He's like, "Hold this!" I couldn't see nothing. He had the flashlight, And but yeah, ever since then, man, I mean, I've grown here and there, but this is probably my third time growing. Yeah, thank you. We used back then, they still had a sack of basic slag, which is a soil sweetener that you could get from the garden feed store. And that was 90 something. They had about 10 bags up there, and they actually still had a couple of bags a couple of years ago, and I bought them. I got them for like cheap, but they're a soil sweetener. And my friend, he's dead and gone now. He was murdered by his friend, run over. It's a long story, but anyway, he believed in that soil sweetener. Diazinon, yeah, I know, but you had to run something out. You had to keep the bugs out of the dirt back then. Diazinon, before we planted, or before he planted, he would mix diazinon, rainbow 10-10-10, a little bit of lime, and that basic slag in a 5-gallon bucket, and spread it out. Make he'd already have his patch, his dirt, and then he'd hoe it all in there, and then come back a month later and plant it with germinated seeds. Or seedlings. Sometimes he would take chance and carry seedlings out there, and I'd be like, "Man, you crazy, dude."
Well, yeah, you wouldn't want to get caught doing it in your house back then.
Oh yeah.
You're better off doing it over there.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's a different time.
Yeah, I miss him, man. Yeah, he was murdered by. Well, he was ran over. Something was going on. I don't know. And the old boy went to prison, and he ended up, committing suicide. I'm sure he did after killing his best friend.
Oh man, that's no good.
Yeah, he was a good fella, man. He would give you the shirt off his back. But he was a nice fella, but don't piss him off, man. He will dance in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Hey, have y'all got any more at the show that you want to put on?
Oh yeah, no. The people come and go throughout the show. We talk about plants. Levels just got here. I
remember him from before, and I rewatched my video. How you doing, man?
Pretty good, brother.
Good. I rewatched my video. I don't know if it was you or the other guy, but I remember him saying, "Don't you think I was going a little? Don't I think I was going a little high on the nutrients?" And I was thinking about that. I said, "Yeah, I need to start giving them water because to start getting them to fade and to clean them a little bit, hopefully to get They say it's a cleaner smoke if you run that water through them."
Oh, for sure. You get all the nutrients, yums out of that soil, out of the plant.
I've never
white ash.
I'm worried about the cure though. I'm not really good at. I mean, haven't really had much experience is curing them. It's like I just hang them. I hang the dang things up in the tent. Excuse me. Have a fan, of course, not blowing on the things, and the exhaust, going out, and give them 7 to. I don't know. Whatever, they sit out dry. I don't like to put them up. I don't like to stick them in a bag. I just stick them in a big freezer bag, and burp them every now and then, real lightly here. You know what I mean? A little bit in this one, a little bit in that one, because I don't have any jars or none of that. I'm not, but
you can get them over time, right? It's something that you just pick up.
Huh?
Right. That's something you can just grab over time, right? You just accumulate. You don't have, one of the things you don't have to go grab everything all at once. You can just grab containers or jars over time as you need them.
Right. Yeah, the jars. Jars. I've been saving instant coffee jars, but I've only got about 5.
There you go.
Let's go. Those grow bags work really well.
Oh man, how much are they? I never priced
really
those.
Cheap, bro. I promise they're really cheap. Wouldn't steer you in the wrong direction about that. You can get it. So I like to do. Just tell you my experience. I like to get the pound bags, even though you're not filling a pound in them. You can if you wanted to. Fill about 8 ounces. Like 8 ounces in the per bag, 6-8 ounces per bag, just to kind of keep them separate, gives them enough to cure in. Don't fill it too far over You're like, if it's a pound bag, don't go over a pound for sure.
Right. Okay.
But the pound bags are like $5 a
Be
piece.
careful on the zippers with all those things.
And when I'll show you how to do the zippers.
Yeah, be careful. Yeah, when you open it.
Wow.
Okay.
Because-
I got a question for y'all. After y'all get through showing me the bag.
Yeah. Yeah, he can show you one. I don't use
They
them.
look like Ziploc bags to me. I don't know what's the science behind those things. I wonder.
The bags, this is a Bovita bag. It's in a grow bag. Same concept though.
Hey, you got some of those? They're awesome.
Yeah, the zippers on the grow bags. I haven't experienced it with the Bovita bags. But the grow bags, once you pull like this in the center and pull and pull and pull, the adhesive yanks off of the actual bag.
That one does
The
too.
adhesive, it does.
It happened to
what
me
I've
on
been
my
doing
bag.
this run is I come to the corner, very corner, and I go super slow just to pop that zip. I stick my finger in that zip and I go all the way down and unzip.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do if you're using the bags, because once the zipper's done, you're done on it, right? I had to quickly move that to my C vaults because luckily I had room in C vaults at that point in time.
It's
But
failure. Failure
Go to,
porn on those.
grow bag website and they're really cheap. They're like $5-6 a grow.
Dang, that's pretty good.
I have used both before, and I think the Bovita ones feel like they're better quality, but I think they're a little bit more expensive.
Yeah, I like them. I mean,
The Bovita
Definitely
ones
have-
feel better than the grow bags, didn't they? Because I've used both as well.
it's my first time using the Bovita bags, and I will say, I think they have a stronger adhesive on their zippers. Maybe a sturdier zipper as well, like a stronger zipper.
The bag feels like a better plastic though too.
It does. It really does.
That was the big difference.
Not knocking grow bags. They do the same
No.
shit. You got to be very careful with those zippers.
Cool.
Mike.
Thanks for showing me, man. I mean, I've seen them on the internet, but I didn't know how much they costed either, and I didn't know the science behind them. I really never looked into it. I was like, man, that's just a Ziploc bag.
You want to keep your bags in a environment where your lung room, like if you're keeping it in a room, you want to make sure that lung room stays kind of in the same area as your bags. If it is, your bags will cure perfectly.
Okay. Cool. Y'all, I got a question for y'all. I know y'all got more experience than I do at the indoor stuff. But I'm using this 5000, the Viper Spectra 5. I think it's 5000. It was the bit, it's the long flat from back in, I think I got it back in 2018 or 19 or 20, somewhere in there. I can't remember. I've got two of them. But I try to keep it, they say, when they're flowering, they depending on how far they're from and blah, blah, blah and all that, do y'all keep them, I don't really go full power. I mean, because they say you could burn up a lot of the, you want to mimic fall, because the sun's starting to, well, of course the spectrum's changing, but the light isn't intense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I wonder if that has an effect on fading and making the plants.
Matt, you'd probably be better to want to tackle this one.
Do you want to repeat a little bit? Sorry, I was answering a question in chat. Sorry. Tom.
I'm sorry.
Do you want to repeat that a little bit, though? Sorry, I was answering a question.
Yes, sir. No problem. No problem,
Yeah,
man.
I'm sorry.
Question is should the lights be dimmer, like mimicking fall when they're flowering or nearing the end of flower, to try to get a fade, and they say they burn if you got your light on wide open. Of course, depending on how far the light is from the flowers, they could burn up. But would that have an effect on making them go?
Not really. What you can, the best thing you can do is if you can have the same intensity of light, but if you can bring your temperatures down, the actual trichomes do better at a slightly lower temperature than for biomass in your plant.
Okay.
Yeah, biomass is best done at 82 Fahrenheit at leaf temperature, and cannabinoids at 78 Fahrenheit at leaf temperature.
Okay. That's what I do. I turned it down. I turned it down to about, I want to say 50.
But you can leave the same intensity. You can have the same intensity as if you can just bring your temperatures down. That's all you have to do.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
And
it's on a temperature base on that, but your intensity you can keep the same, and it will. I would be interested on the people that do or have done some of those tests, because there has been a lot of. I did the school in 2021, so lots happened in 4 years, I bet.
Mhm.
So I'd be interested in seeing if using more red at the end would do something, because you'd have more autumn kind of colors, right?
Look at that thing right. That's that plant I was telling you about before. It was a funny looking plant. It's like one of the wild seeds they had sent me, like a freebie.
Yeah, I see.
That's crazy. And it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be way behind the others. That sucks, but that's, I can't wait on that one. I don't have another tent or anything, so it's gonna have to come up too, man. I'm hoping it'll fade with the rest of them. So I've been feeding it water too, as bad as I hate it to, but it sure is chunky though. That sucker got some. It's a wild growing thing there now.
So for example, what I do, I don't flush, right? Because flushing is when people push a bunch of water through to erase something that's happened. I just basically leach out what's going on. So when, for example, this weekend that's coming up, I have 2 weeks left in my 4x8 before I harvest it. So what I'm going to do is, normally there's about a third of my reservoir, or just over a quarter, so it's a little less than a third of my reservoir left over, and I'm going to add, normally I fill it up and add more of my feed to bring it to the same ppm, but this time I'm actually just going to add water, and then I'm going to add in enzymes, and then some of the powdered cane molasses that raw makes, because it works in my system. And and my ppm will drop from 1200 down to about 400, and then I'll repeat the same process next week. And I'll once there's only about that quarter left, I'll add just water again. And at this point, I probably won't add anything else. I won't add because it's going to already be, again, diluted in that mixture that's going to be fed to it. And instead of being 400, it's going to be maybe closer to 200 for the last week. And the plants will start utilizing what they're getting plus whatever's left over, and whatever's left over in the rhizosphere. And then after that, it's going to start eating the mobile nutrients. Immobile nutrients never leave. So if there's, like, for example, when the calcium or sulfur at a certain part of your plant, no matter what, if the plant needs it, it can't take it from this area. And normally the damage is permanent because you can't actually bring anything there to fix it. But a lot of those mobile nutrients all leave the plant, and that's what starts giving you that autumn look during the senescence. Because it's trying to use as much of the nutrients as possible in that plant to give it that reproductive chance. So it will pull it all to those slots.
Right. All I've been doing is just feeding them water. About every 2 days, not flooding them out. I did one time let them leach out, and I had a big mess to clean up. I didn't really need to do that. I overwatered them trying to flush them. I said, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to straight feed them water every 2 days, when they want it. And hopefully it turns out okay, because I meant to get some dash burn. But I see what you're saying. I'd rather do it.
It's the same thing. It's basically the same thing. You're PMing it water to give it the hydration and start using up what's in your pots, and it's utilizing that, and so it's the same thing.
Okay.
As long as you don't
But-
hit it with a bunch of water and flush everything out of it, because that's a flush, and now you got nothing, and then hopefully you have enough nutrients to get you to the end.
To finish off, right? Yes, sir.
Right.
You're right. Yeah, I hope I didn't flush. I didn't flush it. I didn't flush them super bad. I didn't like
You
the
would have
3 gallon.
You would have known.
I
Hey,
said,
Tom.
hell no, I'm not doing that no more. And I wished right then, I said, well, damn, if I'm going to do it this way, I wish I'd had those trays that you put under them to catch water in case something happens or whatever. You overwater them and it catches them in that pan. You know, I guess I've seen people suck it out with a wet dry back, just keep dumping water in.
That's all I do.
Hey, that's the way to do it right there. That's a lot of work, though.
All my gardens, because I the way I feed and I have a tray, I cut a hole in my risers, and then I use my shot vac. I take the filter out of the shot vac because it's only for water anyways, and I just use my shot vac, make a hole for it, just suck it out of the holes. Done. Don't have to worry about it.
Hell yeah. Y'all, I'm gonna have to pull out because I got to go put a couple hours in at my part-time job vacuuming and mopping.
Tom, just want to leave you on a note, man. Keep coming back. Always remember, brother, there's no such thing as a stupid question. Stupid questions are the ones you're not asking, bro.
Okay.
We're here to help, man. Keep coming
Thank
back. Ask us any questions you always got on your mind, man.
All right, I appreciate that. I've been out today hunting arrowheads, and I'm trying to save it for the machines destroyed, all them skidders and all, and then somebody's trying to sell the land for like $4 million, and there's a lot of they've already, you know, they've cropped all the pines, and they took the skidders out there and raked the field, all that where those Indians were at. They don't care nothing about what was out there. That could have been a museum out there in that area. But anyway, and then they come through with another machine and beds it. They have to bed them up because them pine trees can't stay in the water, you know, because the Florida, you know, down, you know, when it floods around along them rivers, especially along them rivers and stuff, but mostly it's everywhere around here. But and then they come in with another machine and they plant the pine tree. Well, by that time it's easy digging, but they done destroyed everything. And you might find most of the time I used to just walk up and down the beds, but they have when I find a spot where an Indian or actually had his little thing and was making the tools and stuff, what the machine didn't trash, I try to save and you know, keep it around for future generations. Maybe before I die, I'll give it to the county around here at the what do you call it? You know, where the county people come together and all. I was born and raised here, but my family moved here, and from another. You know what I mean? They moved here. Dad moved here to take this job, and he ended up. You know, we ended up growing up here and going to school, and so all these hicks around here, you have to know somebody. You have to know somebody around here. When I was growing up, to get a good job at the main place where everybody got a job. And
levels. I'm Canadian, so we have totally different system up here.
Man, I tell you what, man, but luckily I was good at welding, TIG welding, mainly aluminum, and I did good for a while. But then I started shaking about 36. I'll be 50 in August, but I had a little bit of shit. It's hard to weld whenever you're shaking, TIG welding, and especially that thin toolbox stuff. I was good at it though when I was young. I was on work release at the jail, and I still had nerves of steel welding that aluminum. I could out weld them all, and I learned it right there at RDS. I don't mean to put that out there because I don't want anybody homing in on me.
No. That's
you know, hopefully nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because it's still really iffy nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. I got to go. Nice seeing y'all again. I appreciate y'all.
Brother. Keep coming back, man. We're here to help.
I'll see y'all maybe next week. As soon as hopefully they'll be fading harder. I've been trying to look at the trichomes. I use a magnifying glass in front of my phone and take a picture, and I could see there's a little bit of amber on something, but it ain't much.
Yeah, man. Depends on what you're after, right? If you're after the amber, if you're after more of that CBN, right? That's what you can go for. But if you're mostly cloudy and you're after that cerebral kind of feeling, the energetic feeling, then that's what you're after. The ambering is going to be the oxidization. All your and then everything kind of converting over to its later stage cannabinoids. And THC turns into CBN, and CBN is more sedative and for pain reduction.
Yes, sir. But I was always taught another thing before I go, y'all. I was always taught by that guy I was telling you about, and he was taught by an old timer. Always plant by the moon, increase of the moon. You plant, anything above ground, and that's the way he always done. And have y'all ever tried that? Have y'all ever tried? That would be cool. That'd be a cool deal. Try planting when the moon starts increasing, say about a 10% or 15% luminescence, and it's right then you plant your seed, water it in, and then it's on the increase of the moon until it gets to full moon.
Does that stuff work though for indoor gardening, or does it only work for outdoor gardening?
I think it works for all of it. To me, this is all started on the increase of the moon.
Okay. That's interesting. No, that'd be interesting to see. That's all.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Because I can understand outside having some impact, maybe just because of how it all kind of times out over the seasons and stuff.
Yes, sir.
If you time it like that.
And so, but he always said the hairs. He said if the hairs are still coming out white, and they, the top, especially at the tops, is still growing, and he wait till they all turn red.
Very, very, yeah. So,
and some of these are pretty orange. Let's see, are getting red.
You can get white hairs even when the plant's close to done. Like if the plant is finished, and then you bring the light down closer to it, and you give it excessive amount of light, it will actually start pushing out more bracts and pistils, even though the rest of the plant's finished. Then you have to think, hey, what are you growing? Are you growing this last 2% or 5% that's decided to push out the last minute, or you're growing the last 95% that's now finished where you want it?
Yeah, I know, right?
So you have to kind of think about it in that sense when you get there, because you got to cut it off at some point.
I know, right?
I would always be making sure that you're looking at your buds, checking to see what is the trichomes, and sample out around. Don't look at one bud and be like, oh, that's what it is. We're good to go. I would sample around the garden, maybe 4 or 5 different spots.
All of them, lowers and tops. Check them all out.
Well, your tops will definitely ripen out faster than your lowers will, on average.
Okay.
Just because it's receiving more of the.
I don't want to take it too early. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. You don't want to take it too early, and if you're only on days, like you said, day 60, maybe since you flipped it.
Yes, sir.
Like you can very easily have plants that go longer. I like to run days 70 days most of the time, so I like to push for the 10 weeks. But my friend, there's Short High and her husband Raging they like to do even longer. Like they'll run plants into like close to 100 days into flower just to push them as far as they can. So you can push plants and they do push out. And they do.
That's what I saw. That they were like, yeah. So the company said it was going to be a flower time of so and so days, but it was a little longer than that.
Yeah. What it comes down to is you're the grower. Do what you want with it, right? And if you push it too far, you may get just a whole bunch of gouge log. But who knows? You don't know until you try it, right? There's a lot of different things that are kind of different. That what you see on a seed package is very much just a guideline. It's a guideline of what? With the mom or the mother or the father of the plant, right? Because the seed is going to be a combination of those, so they don't know exactly what that plant's going to be, no matter how. Because most seed companies now don't bring it down far enough to actually get that guaranteed anymore, it seems.
Wow. Yeah.
Like when you get a proper stabilized plant where you can pop all 6 of them, they look the same.
Say what now?
Oh, just back when you can get stabilized genetics, when people actually took the time to stabilize them, you can pop 6 plants and they all look exactly the same.
Oh, I see.
That doesn't
And some
happen
of them
really
like
anymore.
versus some of them bud harder or get bigger or
You're
stay
right.
shorter.
That's, most of them are just F1s that people throw out. They're like, oh, F1, good to go.
Yeah, dude. I was out when I had some out in the woods a long time ago. It had been 25 years ago, and I had a big old about 4 patches. Matter of fact, I come out there with a 50-gallon bag of. Let's just say I had to get it out of there because the hurricanes had done tore them up. But it's the '04, I think. But anyway, I said, it was about they were already putting out their pistols, showing I done took a lot of the males out, and so I'm saying I'm gonna clone a couple of these, and I cloned a couple of them, and I swear after they all flowered, that clone had way more frost on it, and then the mother plant. I was like, damn, man! I always heard that they call it second gen. Back in my day, they would call it first gen, second gen, third gen. You know, you take a clone from a clone.
Yeah. Well, if you keep the clones and if you keep the plants in the same conditions, they're not going to change. But it's once you start changing the overall environment. So if you take a plant and you grow it in the same system over and over and over, it's not going to change. But you take that one plant and move it to one variable change, one difference in the spectrum, one difference in altitude in location, or even that can change it. And that can change the pheno, the expression on that genetic, just in that change. And that can even happen on a clone.
Right. Dude, nowadays,
keep it in the same place, you're okay.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
But if you keep it in the same location, running under the same lights in the same place, in the same conditions, more or less, right? Then it will stay. That's why a lot of these places can keep the clones for such a long time. But they'll keep them, then cut, and then start another one, kill off the mother after a certain amount of times, right? I don't know how many times they'll take cuts off a mom before recycling it.
Y'all, how's y'all's weed around there? Around here, man, you never know what you're gonna get. It might be sprayed. I swear, I couldn't prove it, but I don't know. It seems like a couple of years ago, I was like, man, what is going on with this weed around here, man?
That's why I grow my own, man.
Holy crap, dude! And I swear, some of it goes out and gets rock hard, but it's dry, and some of it's dry. I mean, I don't know. And some of it, like I had some that smelled like, and when you pulled through it before you lit it, you pull through it to taste it, and it tasted like fruit stripe gum. I was like, damn, this is gonna be some good. And so I fired it up, and it tasted good for. I mean, I was like, sometimes you want, I want to like, damn, sometimes this stuff seems like it's sprayed or who knows where it came from, man. I mean, I've had some funny stuff. And it's just terrible. What are y'all smoking on?
I'm smoking on my own Tango Mango.
That is a killer.
Yeah, it's a guy that from a breeder here where I'm from.
Pink lemonade cross Fruity Pebbles OG.
Why couldn't I have y'all for neighbors?
Right.
Y'all be rich off of me.
I actually haven't done that for a bit. I should probably do that.
Yeah, I'm ready to finish this mess. I'm ready to not mess,
bro.
It's about I think it's my second. I want to say I did it a few years back. I had 2, I want to say 3x3s.
Nice.
Under some Blurple light, under some Viper Spectra, where you could get 1 year was just no dimmer knobs, for vids, none for bloom, and then the next year they'd had one with a dimmer knob. So I've got one of each of those, and I used one in one tent, one in the other, and they did good, man. Them things got tall and big. You know what I mean? Had good buzz on them with those little bitty. I'm guessing I don't know how many watts they are. Let me show it to you.
Right. 3x3 is a good size too. Hey man, doing.
I got this thing on.
Dog.
Nice.
Man, down.
That's the one that you used to run in the
What's going on, Lobos?
Oh, Yes. That I had in those my old grow that I had. I'm using them for yes. Those are seedlings for the next run. Hopefully, half of them didn't come up like I wanted to. I don't know if it's because I had the seed so long from the same company I was telling y'all about, and I don't know, man. Yeah, not too happy. I only ended up with 9, I think, and the other ones didn't want to pop.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's what I said. They're do-si-do, supposed to be a do-si-do, and they mixed with something else. Oh, here's the pack right here. See here, it's a spin. It's called a spin mints.
Oh no.
Do-si-do BX crossed with Kush mints F2, 10 regular seeds. Hey, if y'all get a chance, check them out. They're reasonable too, man. You can get like, you know what I mean, a pack of Michigan.
That was cool. That was awesome.
Man, look at that flower right there, man. Damn, it's got some killer.
All right, man. Down. You ready to show?
Yeah, sure. I'm only going to show 2. I just stopped in for 1 second. I want to show you guys my latest project. I actually came in and defoliated for the last time today. We're at day 41 for these girls, but they're not looking too bad.
Y'all, I got to go. I got to head to work.
All right,
I'll holler at y'all later.
Have a good
All right,
night,
man.
man.
You have a good night.
Yes, sir. Nice looking plant, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. How big do you think it is?
This plant?
Yep.
3 feet.
No, how big is the container?
Oh, the container? I thought you were gonna have some random stick coming out of the top, like some like weird ass fucking cola. Why is he not showing the top? Those look like 15s.
Nah, it's a 30.
It's a 30. How big's that? Holy shit! What size is the tent?
5x5.
Oh damn! Okay, I thought I was looking at a 3x3 because we were just chatting about 3x3s and the other one. So I'm like, that looks like that.
No.
Damn. Yeah, that's gonna be a big plan.
Yeah, I plan on vegging her for 45. So what happened is when I went back in, I was sick back in November, and I went into the hospital, and when I came out, the vanilla frosting came down the same day, and I put these 2 girls in. They were only 30 days old. I put them in the tent. I never changed the timer. So like, I don't know, 2 weeks, I moved them into this tent because I have a Grow Peaceful in there, right? And I'm like, well, I'm looking at these 2, and I'm like, well, why are there little buttons there? Like what's going on? And I'm like, why is my Grow Peaceful not growing? You know what I mean? And then I realized I had the light schedule at 12 and 12.
Oh,
So these 2 girls were only 6 inches tall, and they got flipped into flower. So I've been re-vegging them. That one's almost re-vegged completely. She's putting out about 5 fingers now. But this one, as you can tell, it still has like basil leaves coming out. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah. So she's in the process of still re-vegging. I figure another week or 2, and then she'll start producing like that. But what I went ahead and did yesterday, because I did have her in a 10-gallon fabric pot. And when I bought a couple tents off Marketplace, they came with 6 30-gallons. So, you know, I mean, I've had like 6 months to think about it, and I'm like, well, I've never done one that big. I don't see a lot of people doing them that big. Fuck it, let's try it. You know what I mean?
That's gonna be a nice big size.
So, like, realistically, my goal is to pull 2, because I'm gonna let it veg right. I'm gonna train her out right with trellis nets. I'm gonna have double trellis, maybe even triple trellis. And this light right here is the Medic Grow Neo 780. So it's, you know, it says 780 watts, but I've seen it go higher. I've seen it go all the way up to 810. So it's going to be interesting once this plant like really starts going into veg again. I stripped it a little bit up top so that way I could put some clips on, start some training. She's broke down there a little bit, so she's definitely got some time to heal before she's healthy enough. But I mean, that's all I got is time. You know what I mean? I have a 5 plant count, and this one, there's no sponsor or nothing. You know what I mean? This one's just me, so I can do whatever I want to, basically.
Yeah,
But I just figured I'd stop in and show you guys the 30 gallon, and I'll periodically stop in and we'll see how big we can get this girl.
Yeah, man, it's freaking awesome.
Do you have any experience in like 30 gallons?
The one I did outside was a 30. It was either a 25 or a 30. But then I realized that it shouldn't have been in a pot, and everybody was mentioning that to me that it shouldn't have been in a pot.
What, it should have just been straight in the ground?
Yeah, so what I did was I ended up going around with a flat blade, and I cut all the way around the base, and then I just fucking pulled the base of the pot out like a sleeve, and just let it start rooting into the ground.
Okay.
So the roots could get bigger, and then I just started feeding it more.
Did you end up with the decent plant by the end of it?
It was good, but I wasn't able to finish because of the conditions. Because where I live in the Pacific Northwest, which fucking
Of course,
finishing plants.
Yeah. You guys got a short summer up there, so
yeah. It was still big. I did an 8x8 scrog with it.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I figure I can get her. I mean, it's going to take a little bit of time to veg her, but man, like I really think I can get 2 out of it. Like I really do. But we'll see.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, you can get that out of there.
I mean, if I can get 1 out of a 10-gallon, then I should be able to pull off 2 out of there.
Oh yeah, no, you will be. My plant that wasn't able to finish, it still had like 3 weeks left to finish properly. It was still over a pound. So you would definitely get that with yours. And I even think mine was a 25, so a 30 was even a little bit bigger. So
yeah, this one's not looking so bad. She's, what did I say? 41 days or 42 days?
Yeah, man.
And we got the new ad lights by Vivo Sun. It's only half of them. I'm waiting on the other half. There was a logistics there, but
was that for the side lighting?
Yeah, it comes with 8 for a 4x4. I have to tape it for now because these magnets, man, they suck. I'm not gonna lie, they suck. But they at least give you the ability to turn it so you can keep it parallel, I guess, like that, or you can turn it straight up and down.
Yeah.
And what I like about it is I can stick 4 on this side and 4 on that side, or 3 on this side, 3 on this side, 2 in the back. You know, I mean, you can move them to wherever basically you want. So that's, I guess, one good thing, especially having these kind of lights. You know what I mean? It's not like your conventional Spider Farmer or Mars Hydro where they go in between the bars and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, she's coming along.
What
I
have you
bet-
noticed? The yields are, have you, with those lights, have you been decent yields?
This is my first run with this one. So these are 200 watt lights, daisy chain. So what? I got 400 watts, or is it still 200?
I believe so. I believe it's 400.
That's the question, man. I know I get so confused about
the
it.
daisy chaining is just connecting it to power, so it's part of the series. I'm pretty sure it has an independent driver, so it's going to be this. It's going to be putting out.
Yeah, I mean, I can run everything with my phone, so even the ad lights all hook up. So if I'm at 75% of my lights, I'm 75% of my ad lights, and so I mean that part's pretty cool. And she's only in a 10-gallon. I vegged her for just 80 days this time, but I mean she's got some pretty chunky colas.
Yeah, that's doing pretty good. And they're not, and they're dense too.
Oh yeah, they're dense.
Okay.
And we're not even to the hardening stage. So I did hit it with some Big Bud. I'm not gonna lie. I've been hitting it with Big Bud. I just switched over to overdrive. So I'll finish out with overdrive for another 10 days and then flush her out for a couple, whatever. Not flush her, but you know what I mean. Just straight water. But Weed Seeds Express, that's who this is by. So it's a company out of Amsterdam. Smells amazing. And she's just now frosting up. So one question, well, fuck it, I might as well ask you guys. We can't figure this out for the life of us. Me and Ribby. I tell you what, man. Every single time we get to like day 50, day 55, this shit starts happening. And this has been happening for about 4 or 5 days.
What are you feeding it?
Absolutely nothing. All the nutrients are in the bucket. It's a Grow Peaceful bucket. So the only thing I did give it was, 5 or 6 doses of Big Bud, and I gave her 1 dose of Overdrive. But the Overdrive was literally 1 millimeter, and that's it. So I don't know if it would be that, but then again, I mean, you just never know, But it seems like every time me and Ribby get to this point, the same shit happens. And it's from the top, you know what I mean? It starts from the top, and then when you go down to the bottom, it's all green and fine. I don't know.
And these are the ones that, these are those boxes that come with everything.
Yeah. Yeah, they're these right here.
So how was the first one that you did? Because I remember you did a grow with these before.
So I've done a few of them. The Purple Punch, she, I ended up messing that one up because I gave it extra nutrients because at the time it was showing signs that it was hungry, you know. So that's what I thought. I thought she was hungry. So I went ahead and I fed her. What was it? I gave her 2 scoops of 284. And then I hit her with 1 dose of Green Rush Bloom. And it pretty much fried that plant. I lost all the fan leaves, everything. So then I did another one in Immortal. And basically the same thing happened. Although I didn't hit it with any nutrients or anything. And I mean, there's supposed to be nutrients in these buckets enough to take you the whole entire way, you know?
Yeah, well, that's why it looks more like what there was too much nutrients, to be honest.
Do you think one milliliter of overdrive would do that? One time. It was in a 1.5 liters, and I put 1 milliliter of overdrive in a 1.5 liters of water, which it calls for 2 milliliters per liter. So I only did a half a dose, and that's all I've given it. You know what I mean? Like besides anything, like that's the only extra stuff I've given it. And I swear about maybe 2 or 3 days after I did that, that shit started happening. So
well, it's probably from that if it was 2 or 3 days after you did that. But that's strange. It's strange that that's the amount that you added, and it was that dramatic.
See, and that's what I don't understand.
But that's the right time frame for that to be the issue.
Now, when I incorporated the big bud, like I was scared to at first. You know what I mean?
Was that added to it as well?
Yes, and I had no problems. So I ran big bud with it for 2 weeks. Absolutely no problems. So and I even got
what was in the bucket.
What do you mean?
Why didn't you just try running it with what was in the bucket like it's intended to be?
Oh, because we're always trying to push it.
Well, that's what happened. That's why you cooked it.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of.
That's what happened.
But like it took the big bud no problem for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Absolutely.
But it was maybe a little bit extra. What else you did or something caused it to happen.
Yeah. And that's what I'm thinking is it was the overdrive. And the only reason why I did it is because, like I said, when I first got out of the hospital back in December, and I came home, I cut down the vanilla frosting. That night, I hung it up. I planted the other one, and then I put it back in that tent, right? So for the first 14 to 17 days, it was on 12 and 12 and not 18 and 6 or 20 and 4 or any of that. It was on 12 and 12. It was on the same schedule as the vanilla frosting. Yeah. So the plant itself was like 4 or 5 inches tall, if that. And we're at week 2 already. We're at day 14, 15. And I'm like, why is this thing doing this? You know what I mean? So then it dawned on me that I screwed up the timer. I didn't. So I turned it up to 20 and 4. And then it started to take off, and it became a healthy little plant. So I was like, well, you know what? Maybe if I hit it with a few doses of Big Bud at a low dose, you know what I mean? At half doses, maybe it'll help catch it up. And the Big Bud, like I said, worked fine, absolutely fine. But one shot of that overdrive, and it started doing that stuff. So I don't know what's in that overdrive that's so strong like that, but
it could have just been a combination, or when you did you throw it off the pH balance of what was going on in the soil? There's a lot of different things you could have done, because you added something that was intended to be just by itself.
Yeah, well, see, and I called him and I asked him first. I said, you know, because I was going to scrap the plant, because what happened is I overwatered it for one, and then for two, the light cycle, you know what I mean?
Have you added more holes into it?
No, there's just holes in the bottom. It's drying out every other day.
Punch more in.
Punch more in?
That's what I would do. I would take a drill and put more through.
Actually, let me see what bucket that is. Because
if
it's the duct tape one, oh yeah, there's more holes. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8. I punched them here and here and here, and then there's 5 in the bottom. So I have a total of 13 in that bucket.
Yeah.
So I and it's drying out every other day now. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that's the problem, but at first, yeah, I overwatered. I messed it up. But I was trying to overcompensate, I guess, you know what I mean? And see if we could see if we can make it catch up. Yeah. I mean, she smells real good. She's not dry. She's, you know, it's just these stupid fan leaves. But I got 2 new ones here. I got a Frosted Cheerios and a Craven. This one's by AQ Genetics, and then this one's by Speedrun Seeds. And that's
it looks like he's doing them in. Is it the same company?
Yes.
It looks like he's doing them in fabric pots now instead. Which is
no, my choice.
You did that? That's a good idea. That's a good idea. That will save you from the drainage and the that issue.
Yes, that was my choice. I told him, I said, just send me a couple soil kits. I don't want the buckets. I said, just put a half a scoop extra soil in there. I said, because I'm going to put them in 5-gallon fabric pots instead of, because those are 4-gallon plastic pots. And it's not that I've had bad luck with plastic pots, but I just like fabric so much better. Yeah,
well, they're going to give you a lot more air. They're going to give you that air to your root zone.
Yep, and that's exactly what I'm learning, you know, is yeah, you can have this. And this was accidentally because I was mixing all the dirt in this one to pour into a 10-gallon fabric pot, and I was stoned. I've been doing tinctures. I was making videos. And before I knew it, I had transplanted it into it. And I'm like, son of a bitch. But so that one, I transplanted that one at the same time with this one. And that one was in a fabric pot. And now she's still in a fabric pot. But this one will, I'm just gonna let her go for a little bit. And then, I don't know. How hard do you think it'll be to transplant that back into a fabric pot?
It might be hard at this point. So you're gonna wait. You're gonna want it to form a root ball before you do that. So I wouldn't do it. I would wait for it to form a little bit of a root ball, get going, and then transplant it into what you want to use.
I would say honestly, the plant is already 70 days old.
Yeah. Wes, what you got going on here?
I got all my stuff in the mail today.
Oh, nice.
Goody day.
I got my earth boxes. Got all my dry amendments, my cocoa, compost.
Yeah, I want to try that cocoa. I'm going to try cocoa in the springtime for sure.
This is the first time that I've gotten a brick and rehydrated it. But it
A
ended
brick
up,
of cocoa?
yeah, 2 cubic foot in a little square.
So like with that stuff, all you do is you just add water to it, right?
Yeah, I just put it in a bucket.
Yeah, to rehydrate it or whatever. And then what? Add perlite to it, 70-30?
You don't need any perlite with cocoa.
No, none? Okay.
I don't use it either.
I think
I've
it's
always
stupid
heard-
because it doesn't hold nutrients, so you're taking away from your nutrient holding capability of your media, and you're not adding anything because it's already a hydroponic medium.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always heard that a 70-30 cocoa compared to perlite, I guess. But I mean, I trust you guys more than that. You know what I mean?
I think it's nonsense.
Yeah,
Just a waste of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can just run 100% perlite. I mean, cocoa.
Yes. I've been
And
doing
then
it for years.
And then what? You gotta water every day.
Yeah.
And then
Water
it's
every
very
day.
important. It's very important for your pH to be on.
Yeah, for sure. If you're in a hydroponic medium, absolutely.
Are you
Yeah, see, that's a whole new world to me.
Yeah, I got my raw minerals
Oh, nice.
nutrient kit. And then a mineral kit. I don't want to pick it up because it's like 50 pounds of minerals. And I pulled my back out. And I got the craft blend. You know, everybody knows the craft blend.
Oh, nice.
I got Colorado worm castings. I got Malibu biodynamic compost. And the EM1 that I'm opening up right now.
All kinds of goodies.
I got my coconut, freeze-dried coconut.
Oh, nice. There we go.
Matt, do you have any cocoa videos on your channel?
What do you mean? Like,
Isn't that all you run?
that's all I've been doing for years. That's all I
Oh,
run.
is it? Is it
Yes.
really?
Yes.
Oh, well, then I'm going to have to check it out. I thought for some reason you ran in air pots and soil.
No, AirPods and cocoa. 100% cocoa by Canna.
Oh, no shit. Yeah, well, I'm definitely going to have to check it out because after this run, I mean, this one's going to take a little bit because, I mean, obviously how big it is. But I figured in the springtime, like April, it's going to be warmer here. It's not going to be as cold. And at least get one run of cocoa. Or at least try.
Yeah, you'll like it. You know,
Hey, can
Cool.
anybody figure out how much soil earth box holds in cubic feet?
What size is the earth box?
I mean, they're your typical earth box. I think
So
they
your
make-
typical
well,
earth box is like this box right here, right? It's like this yellow and black one.
Yeah, they make them all different colors, but
Because
uh,
I just emptied that and that filled up this 30 gallon about halfway. So if that helps you at all, it might confuse you more, but
I mean, I don't think it's any more than 10 gallons.
I would
Like-
say it's closer. It's closer to about 14 because I just did that yesterday.
2.2 cubic feet.
2. Well, that's why I just looked up for Earthbox cubic feet. That's why I just searched. It's like 2 cubic feet.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, you cut this thing in half, like, you got 2 foot, it's 10 inches deep, a little wider than 12, 2 cubic foot. I'm going to go with it.
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother. And then you run cocoa in that, right?
There's different methods to it. I'm running a Pro Mix. It's going to be like 70-30 Pro Mix to cocoa with a teeny bit of compost in. Just
and no
to have,
perlite.
Oh, well, there's perlite in the Pro Mix. So
automatically.
Kind of got screwed on that one.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to do the raw amendments and the mineral kit in that hydroponic medium. And then the compost layer is going on top with the bokashi. The EM1's going in the tube. Craft Blend's going to get a little top dress as well. And then so it's a hydroponic bottom end with a probiotic living wellness garden on top.
There's so many different ways to grow now. It is so cool. I find this stuff fascinating. That's why I just stop in real quick to say what's up, because you learn something every single time you come here. And man, that shit's crazy.
I mean, people run them all different ways.
Yeah, I'm still on HP Pro Mix and Perlite. But 2025 is going to be different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Oh, shit.
I'm more established now, so I just have to figure a few more things out, and then
2025.
We'll get there.
2025 is going to be awesome. It's going to be the year of no fucking sponsorship, so I can do what I want to do.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, bro, I'm dropping. I have way too many as is, and I cannot wait until they start trickling off next month. And it's too much. It's too much.
Yeah.
You know, it's all cool at first, but yeah, right. I would rather, like I said, grow in this tent right here by myself and do what I want to do than anything else. So I totally feel you, Matt. Totally feel you.
Yeah.
But all right, guys, I'm gonna jump off here. It's 9. I got to get up early in the morning. Yeah. I just wanted to stop in and show you my new project. I will I will definitely keep you guys updated, and we'll see. You know, I'll probably stop in about a month, and then we'll see if she's totally re-vegged or what, and we'll see if we can't stretch her completely out 5x5.
Yeah, man.
All right, Matt. Levels, if you're still here. Wes, it's good talking to you. Anybody else? Later, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Later,
brother. All right. What are you?
How are we gonna do this?
Yeah, you got the big screen too for when you're doing this.
Yeah, I get to be a cripple with a pull back doing heavy lifting. This is how you make a deep water culture living soil beast of a earth box.
This is gonna be interesting. And then you also got the nutrients too, that calcium-based nutrients. That's in too?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, so what I showed you all last week were my powders.
Oh, that was last week. You did have that stuff already. I did, so the stuff you showed this week wasn't included.
No, I have all my organics alive. I did get another product from them, which this is the VCal. This is the product you were talking about.
Nice.
15% bioavailable calcium at 2 mils a gallon.
Yep. Nice.
Will not fall out of solution. And then where's the other bottle? Somewhere. It's EM1. I'll put it over here.
This package completes everything. You got it all now.
Yeah. The last few days on Monday or Friday it started. I got like the bag of compost in, and then we had the storm, and so shipping got messed up. And here it is. All the other stuff came today, the earth boxes and the mineral kit.
Oh, nice.
So that's pretty much an amino acid enzyme complex.
Yeah, fermented. It looked like I said on. Site.
Yeah, it's all fermented. It's all completely. It's called fermentation microbial byproduct.
I see.
So it's what's excreted through the biology after fermentation. It unlocks everything, and then they attach it to carbon.
All right. Yeah.
So there's no heavy metals because it's all through biology. There's no mined nutrients. All the phosphorus, potassium, and everything comes from the biology eating a certain food source. And then they freeze dry the bacteria after it dies, and it unlocks all of the nutrients.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about pH.
No,
you don't have to worry about EC. You don't have to worry about like excess. So I'm going to be doing all liquid feeds and foliars with the Organics Alive, and just let them tap into the minerals in the EM1 reservoir. And it should be a rocket show. Last time I did this, I was dealing with russet mites, and I still had amazing plants with stems thicker than my thumb.
Yeah.
In like a few weeks. And it obviously wasn't like dialed in like this. I feel like everything I've learned to this moment is like all mixed together.
That run you're talking about, wasn't that the clones of the previous run that did really well?
It was actually the last run with all of my clone onlys before I lost them. Like I gave up the battle.
Yeah.
With the russets, like I wasn't trying to take more cuts and then start the process over because they were in the dome and I couldn't spray them when they were in the dome. And so I just let everything go. That was 7 years ago. And so I ran some sips on my YouTube for a while after that, and then I got into the beds, and the beds were the last 5 years, 6 years.
Hope you're
Which
well.
I don't know why, because I did so good with them, with the sips. Oh yeah, I'm gonna pay for this one.
With the back.
Oh my god, dude, it hurts so much to like breathe in heavy.
At least the Pure Light's already mixed in with the.
Dude, I gotta roll this whole thing with the minerals and the soil.
I always take a big fan and try to put a fan beside me, so I'd be blowing it to another part of the house. So at least it's not still blowing it somewhere, but it's not where I'm breathing.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep the dust to a minimum here. So let's see, 2 of these. Oh, it hurts. I tried to go jump at the trampoline park and I got 3 jumps in. It was like, nah, that's stupid.
Oh, I was warming up for this.
Yeah, trying to get it stretched out. Man, you should have seen me dragging the box in today. I was like a crippled man rolling things up the stairwell.
Get one of those things that people used to have and that were built into the walls, so you can just string it up.
Right.
I forget what they're called.
Yeah, hun. Okay. It's always something. It's always something with those kids. This probably won't all get done tonight as well.
No, Pure Light, and yeah, it would still be beneficial if you add silica, because it's not really doing the same thing. Pure Light's, all you're doing is trying to add space for water to drain. So
What up,
Yeah.
Wesley?
yeah, he's mixing up his stuff.
Let's fucking go.
It's happening, baby.
You know I gotta come hype this situation up. Yeah. Hell yeah, Wes.
Nothing like doing a bunch of farming over multiple people's other apartments.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
At
Cheers,
not
Matt.
the hour
Cheers,
that you
Ace.
guys are in. All right. There's my.
Hey, Matt, I got a question, brother.
I'll be right back.
All right, Wes. Cheers. Who can you explain who Bruce Bugsby is? For those who don't know who he is, I was trying to.
He's the head of the crop physiology department at Utah State University. So, but he also does research on a lot of hemp-based cannabis in his own facilities, and then they also do a lot of joint work out of Israel, where they actually do a lot more of the THC-based studies. So they do a lot of sourcing of research from different places. But yeah, he does the medical cannabis certificate, the one that I have.
Hell yeah. Isn't he with Athena and Raw MPK as well?
No,
He just works with them.
never with Raw. Raw was Raw and MPK Industries. That's Harley Smith.
Harley Smith. All right, I'm sorry. There it is. I'm confused.
Yeah, and Harley Smith also worked. He also did stuff with Athena, but I think Bruce has done stuff with Athena as well.
Right, we the growers.
So,
Right.
but no, Harley Smith was the one who reverse engineered kind of what the Dutch were doing proprietarily to protect their plants from fungus and from funguses and pests, because they're overnight banned pesticides and fungicides. Overnight they banned them, and they started losing product like crazy. And then they came out with a solution, which was basically the calcium that they're missing in plants. And he figured out he figured out the amino acids that unlock the calcium uptake, because you weren't allowed to use those. And once you get the proper calcium in the plants, you have the calcium pectate instead of water in the walls. because you'd have like the cell walls. Then funguses couldn't actually germinate on the plant, and insects wouldn't want to eat it because actually they would actually get sick by eating a lot of the calcium pentate. So it would protect the plants, and they ended up getting not only back to where they were, but they get a better quality plants because their bricks went up by having the sugars, and the plants work better. So this is the stuff that the Dutch were doing. They figured out, and they didn't tell anybody, and Harley had to backtrack it and figure it out. And he was the guy who did that. And he does his own grow course, which I took as well.
Yeah. Appreciate you. Hell yeah, brother. I was trying to explain who they were, and I was doing a fucking horrible job. And thank you for clearing that up.
It's all good, man.
I was just too high to stumble forward, so I just was like, fuck. Matt can definitely tell you who they are.
Well, I had them both as teachers, right? I had them both as teachers. Once you have somebody as a teacher for a while, you get used to them. Like I could actually email Harley and ask him questions still because I've been in his class.
Hell yeah. That's what's up. No, I know you got fucking 2 certificates from their classes. I know that.
Yeah.
And not to mention you've helped me with so much fucking knowledge.
Knowledge is only knowledge until you start using it, right? You gotta use it to experience it. Like I come across some stuff, and even though I've done all the stuff, sometimes I have to go back into, because I have all my notes and I have all my PDFs, so I have to go back on that and look at it sometimes. But when the problem happens, I don't mind it, because that means it gives me something to have to go back and look at and be like, okay, what's going on here, and then I can figure that out. And then if I can, that can trigger a memory response. If I can also help people by if I have to deal with it and then tell somebody about how I had to deal with it, that again will give more of a trigger for memory response, and then I won't ever forget it. That's why sometimes when I'm answering a question to certain things, I'll sound like a broken record. I'll actually repeat the entire paragraph, if you will, because it's just the answer to the question. It's just I'm so used to saying it.
Right.
Yep.
Dottie in chat's asking, and I honestly was running late to the show, so I didn't think I seen your grow update either. If you did one.
Me? Yeah, I can quickly go through some of what I got.
Oh, you got pictures.
Yeah, I got pictures.
How's your 4x8 doing? What up, Pitch, please? What up, Ace? How you been, brother?
All right. Dealing with some
Wow.
myself, but I think I got him.
Oh, you're doing the freak show cross.
So this
Goofy,
one's
cheers.
not nice, so this one should do well. But that's how big she is right now. And this is that Spider Farmer for 4x4. So it's the plant itself is probably 2x4 itself.
200 watts.
No. I took that light out. I put in the HLG DIY 260 XL. So it's 260 watts with 2 of the R specs.
Oh, yeah. Now, do you have drippers in that tin as well?
No, this one I hand water.
10-4. Oh, yeah. That bitch is in beast mode. Great job.
Yeah, it's growing pretty.
Fucking trunk like that on that motherfucker.
Yeah, it's handling the cold the best.
Oh, here we go. Just the grow off, or yeah, right?
Yeah, this is the grow off.
Yes.
So the buzz,
yeah.
it really is finicky. but the buds are really starting to come in nice on it. Some of the tops really don't like it. Maybe it's the intensity.
What day of
You know
flower?
it's here.
Look at the trikes. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's a frosty one.
Wow. What's the name of the strain again?
This one's the frozen dag.
Oh shit, yeah, that's right. That is a frosty motherfucker. Good smoke too.
So and the growth is based off of total cannabinoids. So
Really?
the frostier the better. So I'm
What day of flower? I'm sorry, I think I interrupted.
49 and I'm taking it for 70. So it still has another 3 weeks on this.
Got a lot of leaves in there.
Well, at this point, I'm gonna leave them because I just want to try to maximize my. I really wish I had a cold tank. Thanks, guys.
Run a CO2 in there.
Yeah, I really want to get that going, but not yet. John said I can grab a regulator because he has like 3 of them that he's not even using. So next time I go there, I might grab like all the setup I need. I might get my own tank because I'm not gonna carry the fucking tank over the ferry, but I'll get all the other pieces.
Fuck yeah! How's your
That sounds like
2x2s and all that? Smaller tents.
What? Oh, this was the other side of the big tent.
Alright. Let's go. Different strain?
Yeah, this is Honey Kush.
So the grow off's only the right side.
Yeah. Yeah, there's 2 different. This is I didn't monocrop it. I normally monocrop this tent, so I didn't monocrop it this time.
It still looks dope.
The Black and Media Haze is going crazy. Is just really taking over the whole tent.
Let's go.
Oh god.
Dottie said this is wild. Oh yeah, Dottie, you gotta check out his content, bro. Matt kills it. Look at that fucking chonker right there. Jesus.
I can't get this thing any higher right now. It's already
2x2?
squeezed up.
Or
What's
3x3.
This is the 2x2, so it's 28 by 28 the way they do theirs. This one has the SC3000 above it.
Yeah, I'm fuck, I don't even know what day of flower I'm on.
This
I'm
one's
coming up on 21. I'm at probably, damn, I might be on day 17 or something like that. That's crazy. I didn't even think about that. I gotta check my calendars, but in my 2x2, I got the SC3000 banging it out. We're at 70%. Second week of flower. What up, Ace?
What's up, dude? We'll get your card up here.
So 2 days ago, this plant right here had brown spots all over it. I cut all the leaves and dropped them inside to let them, do their thing. And then I flushed it with 2 gallons of water because I think I fucked something up. And then after doing that, I up-potted it from the little half pot to a full 5-gallon pot. And now she's looking much better.
Bigger shoes, always a good thing.
And this is the Banshee. It was having the same issue. So
What temperature is your tent?
Right now it says it's 71 degrees, and that's the hottest I can get it.
Yeah, because
Part of your problem.
Yeah, well, I'm running cold tents myself right now, and just seeing what the stems are looking like on these, I'm gonna go off and say that you're having a cold temperature, especially when the lights are off.
It's even more exacerbated with LEDs.
Well, I have a heater right here that's keeping the room warm. And even with that heater, the highest I can get it with the light on in the middle of the day, the highest the temperature gets in this room is 76.
That's not a bad temperature to get to 76.
Well, I mean,
Do you know what your night temperature is getting though too?
No, I don't know what the nighttime temperature is when the light's off down here.
Does the tent stay unzipped?
No, this tent does not stay unzipped. It stays zipped unless I'm showing it, and then it's zipped any other time.
Can you move the heater closer?
Not really, because I'm afraid it'll fuck with the tent.
Yeah, you don't want
I have one of those heaters inside of my 4x4 right now. I'd move it a little
I want to make sure he does things safely. I don't know.
No, for sure. I mean, I'd put it like a foot away though.
Well, that's where it is. Literally, there's my foot, and I have.
Yeah, I saw. You're right.
Keep in mind the flowers. All three of the tents I just showed you guys are not even getting to 76. They're getting to maybe 72. So, and at nighttime they're dropping off into the 60s, like low 60s. So you can grow at low temperatures, but you are gonna get like the red stemming. That's why I noticed that, because I have it in some of my tents too.
For sure.
Well, I'm actually thinking about taking this Banshee and just fucking scrapping it, because I was just doing the frosting cup challenge to see if it fucking works, and it's giving me more issues than it's fucking worse.
Yeah. See, and that's the other thing though. All my vegging plants are here, so they're actually a lot warmer than the flowering plants, because I find when they're that size, it can take a little bit more stress than the smaller plants like these ones. You can't get them in. Are you in your shed right now?
No, I'm in the basement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, my computer's right there. But if you look at this, when it drops, it'll drop to 71 and some change, and then when it goes up to its top, it's like 74 and some change. Yeah, see, 74.3, and then 71 something is the low.
Yeah. Oh, so that's your lowest? Is it at 72 right now?
Yeah, that's my low at 72.7.
Oh, that's not bad. That's basically with lights off, then that's your lowest. That's where it dips down to.
Yep.
Oh, then you're getting, then that's a finicky plant to get red stems that you can get it there.
Like I said, it's an auto flower. It's in a fucking frosting cup.
Oh, I see.
And then on top of that, let's see here.
Oh, actually, Blue Nose in the
Those
comments
stems,
had a good
those
suggestion.
roots
Oh, you do have it lifted up though. How cold does your floor get? But then you do have it lifted up. Are you finding?
Say what?
Does your what type of flooring is it concrete or is it?
Yes, the floor is concrete.
But you have it already lifted up a bit. Are you finding your root zones are staying cold, or they're actually warming up with that space?
No, I have not had a problem with my roots being cold, because this is 1.5
Nice.
inch maybe
Okay.
off the floor because of this thing that I got inside my tent. And then as you can see, this one's sitting on like 3 different things to get it up in the air. And this one just got a catch tray underneath of it for all the excess water that comes out.
What's your leaf temp?
I don't have a thermometer to do pull the trigger and show me what my leaf temperature is.
Do you have a AC Infinity temperature thing or no?
No.
controller.
The only thing I got from AC Infinity was the humidifier that Macho sent me.
Does it have a temperature gauge on it?
No, it does not.
What's
Probe?
what's the probe that's hanging?
That's the RH probe.
Yeah. That'll give you. Oh,
It's the RH. You'll give him his humidity at that level.
right.
But his temperature at the floor is that I would assume that it's going to get higher as he gets closer to the light.
Right. Yeah, you can put that gauge in the pot.
I mean, it's going to be it's just going to get higher as he gets closer to the light.
Yep. No, you're looking good though. You're doing the best you can for sure.
I can put it in there.
But then it's above the light.
That's,
Oh no, it's not. It's still below the light. Never mind. Yeah, see how it is going up even at that. I don't know how fast, but
Right.
But then there's my Hindu pucker for calf snake oil.
Cap's hot out there.
That's all I got right now. I'm honestly thinking about getting rid of this thing because, hold on, let me see if I can show you the roots. These roots don't look all that happy.
they're still white though, at least.
Right. Put some mycorrhizae on that. Stick it back down in the cup.
How's the mixing going, Wes?
The only thing that's in my chamber.
This is my favorite part. This is like grandma's home cooking. This is when the love gets put into it.
Yeah.
It really is. There's
Cheers,
nothing
Wesley.
like getting your hands deep in and just like getting to know every inch of your soil.
But that's it for me. That's all I got.
Hell yeah! Thank you for sharing, brother.
Yeah, Eugene has a good question. What are you feeding your plants? Are you feeding? Is that organics? Or are you feeding it or something?
I am feeding these.
The hell is that?
It's Schultz Boom Plus. It's a 105410.
1050?
Maybe you might be overdoing it.
That's a little high.
Yep.
Is that's the food itself? That looks like
Sorry,
an
nothing
additive.
organic. There's nothing organic about that one.
Oh yeah, because it's probably mono and ammonium phosphate. That's what I use.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that
Somebody had told me I was having potassium problems, so I went and got something that had a high potassium number.
well, the potassium is also the last number, not the middle number.
Oh, so the potassium's the potash?
Yeah. The you go MPK. K is potassium.
Okay.
P is phosphorus.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
You're kicking it with a lot of phosphorus right now. There's like monopotassium. Monoammonium phosphate probably.
So this is my problem.
You're hitting with a lot of phosphorus.
Yep. Way too much.
Okay.
Yeah, K. That's they can be tricky sometimes, but yeah, K. That's phosphorus. Exactly. Potash is what you need to add if you need to add some potassium.
Okay.
Or I don't know. Is that if you're aiming to be organic, that's probably not organic. Is that an organic thing?
Yeah.
This is Build a Soil 3.0, and this is the third plant that's running this, and that's without a reamendment.
Yeah, you're running the end of the line on that one. But I mean, I can see why. Like, you should have just seen the amount of minerals I just put into this 7 gallons.
It's the next thing.
8 cups of minerals.
Right. That's one thing I gotta say I like about the Build a Soil. You can if you can get the soil, you can run it with just water.
You can, and you can run it with a whole bunch of additives and get like the craziest organic shit you ever had.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying if you're balling on a budget and all you can
For
do
sure.
is you can afford the dirt and water, then you know.
Yeah, water only is great. And I mean, I was kind of making a funny on it, but it is absolutely fire. Like when I used to just run water only, I mean, it was 10 times better than any herb I had prior to that. And then when you learn all the little goodies and the secrets, it just like takes it to the next level.
Well, I'm still new at this. I've only been doing this for a little under a year, and I'm still learning. So I'll get there.
Oh yeah, I know you're doing well, man.
Fuck yeah.
I'm still
Baby
learning too.
steps, man. Fuck yeah, I got a lot to learn.
They're like crazy. I got all kinds of shit holding her down and holding her open.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's load her up.
Congratulations, Wes.
Now I just got the plants are like a week and a half out,
That's it.
All right, well,
which that's the hardest
I'm
part.
gonna drop down, let somebody else up.
All right, man.
Cheers, Ace. Have a good night, brother.
Cheers,
Thank you for
bud.
sharing.
Always. I come off hard on people. I'm sorry, guys. Not my intention. See, this is what I like to do. I like to put all my work in right here. And then it's just like little things along the way.
So you're gonna feed RO?
Nope. I'm putting tap water.
pH that
Stop it.
pH. You got a pH it, Wes. What do you mean? Stop it.
What the hell does that word even mean?
You got a pH of 6.5 for organics, brother.
So that's the form stopper auto.
Oh, can you hit full screen, Matt? Fuck
Oh, it took off, dude, from last week.
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Crazy to
Mephisto
think that
for
that's
the
1
win.
week.
Damn it. So,
Fucking Fisto, man.
there we go.
Downstairs.
I'm gonna branch back. I mean, dude.
Yeah, because that's a 3-gallon air pot.
See, when they grow like that, I don't mind that. But when they get all fucking finicky and fucking bullshit, y'all remember my struggle with all those.
Come on.
Yeah, I didn't top that one. I'm not topping them. Ever since I stopped doing that, it's really worked.
Any training?
I did a little bit on the E-Town because the E-Town needs to get lower. But in here, not very much. I'm kind of just waiting to see what's a male and what's a female. Like, I'm starting to get
some indicators.
Oh,
I'm
those
gonna
got
come
nice.
through and double check on all of it.
Wait, Matt, that's a non-fem auto?
Yeah,
those aren't
no,
all-
no. This is no on the auto flower. No, that was a fem. That one I haven't done any training yet. I'm gonna be pulling down the tops once I have a little bit of space and room to
Structure.
do that. Yeah, no, these are
would
the
be wild.
regulars, and I'm waiting to find so I can find which one I should use.
What's the soonest
But
you can
like,
tell a
still not
male
getting anything.
or a female?
It all depends. Like
5-6 weeks. I
anywhere
would say.
you can get it as soon as like 5 weeks to 7 weeks.
Yeah.
Like this one.
What's up, Buzz?
Right. That's starting to show. That's looking
Got some balls. I seen
a
some
little bit
nuts.
suspect. Yeah. Yeah, it's looking a little bit suspect. That's
the
a
tall
fem, that's a
lankiness.
female. That's fem.
It's the tall lankiness of that plant too raises red flags too. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's sometimes that is a very
No.
good show because
The panhandle.
plants
nodes that
often will
just-
need to do that. That's looking more like a.
Right. The node sets are.
So it's gonna
are
start to
just-
really show this week, and that'll be awesome because I really need the space. Because only 2 of these are really sticking around. Besides that,
Let's go.
but I'm gonna shut
Nice
this down.
Oh, it's
I just want
Canadian.
to show you
Look,
what I had
raw.
going on here.
Nice job, Matt. Nice hunt.
Got to stay in compliance out there.
I need to get my timing better, bro. I need to get my timing better. You're fucking killing it, brother. Oh, you don't have the headphones on. Yeah, you're fucking killing it. You're killing it, bro.
Some of those plants either have some deficiencies, and some are a little bit like. I'm using flowering foods, so I'm not really adding a lot of nitrogen. Sometimes I kind of until I notice a problem, I'll add it. I'm only keeping 2 of them, so I'm kind of just trying to do it as minimal as possible. So I'm just going like, and then done. But until I know what's what, once I know what I'm keeping, then it's going to be babied, right? And it's going to be
Which
treated
is a
proper.
great skill to acquire,
Yeah, for
which
sure.
is learning laws of minimum, because then you can like tailor your plants to not be wasting food and overfeeding.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh shit. No coughing, please.
Yeah, I hope
Oh, yeah.
hopefully that question is that one we answered when I was over there.
Yeah. So yeah, back to that real quick. I know you're probably about to end it here. So males, I've noticed the tall lankiness, good identifier, and then the node sets when they're fucking so distant from each
It's
other.
because they're trying to get taller. They're trying to stretch, and the main reason is because ideally they want to get higher up. So when they let go of all
They
their
bust a
pollen,
nut. They want to bust a nut all over the face of the females.
yeah, they want to go as high as possible, so it goes as far as possible.
Yeah.
It's just survival.
Bust a nut bar.
So yes, that's why if you have a bunch of plants that are regulars and you have a few that take off all of a sudden, and they're like, don't get too attached to those.
Booty sweat, baby.
Yep.
Al Pacino.
Fuck yeah. Awesome show, brother.
Yeah, man.
Sorry I got a phone call, but hell yeah. Fire show tonight.
Oh yeah.
You sometimes can't have female plants are just beasts off the bat, which is pretty rare, but it does happen.
Yeah, it's those males that like to jump. And they do it quick too, dude. They see their opportunity and they're like, whoop,
Yeah.
get in there, skeet skeet.
Yeah, and you're very like, and when I was showing those juice junkies, that one that you mentioned it on, that one in the corner that looks real shut. Yeah, it's very much probably going to be a male once that opens up.
A lot of the time, it's the best looking plant.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And it's the opposite. The like shittier the plant structure and everything, it's usually the fire. Like Skittles. They say it's like the worst plant to grow, but it's just phenomenal.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, you're mixing up. I'm pretty much a little bit over time already. I'm probably gonna end it here though. What do you got? Are you gonna finish up both of those?
No, I'm not gonna get to that other one tonight.
You're not gonna do that one tonight?
No,
So-
I don't think I have it in me.
What's a quick rundown of what you threw in that before we end it?
So it was 4 cups per cubic foot of the mineral mix,
Nice.
and that's
Build a soil.
build a soil, right? Clackamas Coots kit, and then it's got the other half, which is the nutrient kit, and that's raw,
Oh,
like
nice.
kelp and calendula and neem seed, alfalfa, malted barley,
That's
all
awesome.
sorts of stuff to do the mineral part. So your nutrient kit, your mineral kit, and then I put a little bit of the craft blend, which is a 352, which is, I believe, every other product that's not in one product. So I put just a half a cup in the whole thing because I didn't want to get redundant on a bunch of things. I threw a little bit of the bokashi in there, which is pretty much the EM1 just on grains, and that's going to cause like a nice mycelium actinobacteria kind of thing to happen. And then I put a handful of the Colorado worm castings compost.
Is
So
there a
that was-
specific thing that they feast on? Because I noticed that some people use certain things for their worms to feast on. Is there a certain thing that they do?
Yeah, so they have I believe horses and cows, and so it's manure, and they thermophilic compost it, and then they run it through the worm bins. So it's like double the goodness.
Yeah.
And they do it all aerobically, flipping the pile at 140, 150 degrees about 5 times in 14 days. And you get all the protozoa, the nematodes, the arthropods, the archaea, the bacteria. You get everybody in there. And then they run it through the worm bin. So a lot of that nutrition is now been processed through the gut. Enzymes have been thrown all over it. Whole bunch. They say what goes in a worm comes out more nutrient dense and clean. It'll clean up any pesticides or anything that was left over if it didn't get killed by the thermophilic process. All the bad guys have died. All the pathogens have died twice because the heat kills it, and then running it through the gut of the worm also will kill
That kills
anything.
it too. Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome, man. I just wanted to
And
say
then
one thing quickly. I just want to say thank you, country. You're awesome, brother. I just wanted to wait for an opportunity to say that without cutting off Wesley.
No, it's good. It's good. And then I did the same kind of just handful scoop of the Malibu
Oh, nice.
booze blend biodynamic, which is a little different of a process, but I believe that's also cow, the dairy industry. So that's just diversity in the compost. So I just did a teeny bit because I don't want to have a dense media. I want it to be as hydroponic, but something carbon in the soil for the nutrients to play around with,
Yeah.
and not just make it peat and cocoa and perlite.
Now, are
and
you
that's-
adding any worms themselves, or are you just doing the castings?
No, I don't want worms in it because they're gonna work into the bottom layer,
Okay.
the peat and the cocoa, and they'll turn it into castings, which is dense.
Yeah, you don't want that. You want to have that separation.
Yeah, so this is one place where you don't want worms
Nice.
in a living system.
Because your no-till before that was loaded with bugs and everything, right? Because that was the way that worked.
Yeah. The worms are a huge part of aeration in that system.
Nice. Oh, that's looking awesome, man. I'm looking forward to seeing. And are you gonna do some film? You're gonna do filming of your grows again, of course.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, they're not going to get to see and have this visual, but I'm going to talk about it once it's together.
Yeah, man.
Give the rundown and then follow along as I'm feeding and putting the EM and the Organics Alive liquids on top. And the foliar sprays will keep everyone in tune.
Awesome. All right. Well, with that, we're going to end the live here. Everybody have a great week.